This is Novice Review with your hosts, John and Luke. In today's episode, the Dromida Ominus Quadcopter.
And, well, basically, for the money, I think it's not worth it. I got a Latrax Alias. Everybody raves about this one being better than a Latrax Alias or equal. In no way, shape, or form, I think it is equal. One, the motors, they seem very underpowered. You got this weird kind of gooey, maybe it has its ups or its downsides, I don't know. Very flexible kind of plastic, but I think it's a lot heavier. Probably breaking the shot now.
Props are really heavy too.
The props are heavy. Everything's pretty heavy, and it's noisy, real noisy by comparison to the Latrax. I think the Latrax is a quieter, smoother operating machine. Plus the battery life. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Not as good as the Trax is.
Not even near. Maybe 50% of a Latrax. Honestly, for the money, would I go and spend $80 on this? I mean, I bought a Latrax Alias with the, with the whole thing, the controller, the batteries. Yeah, I had to buy extra batteries. Yeah, I spent $149, but man, what a great copter. Flies really well. Real smooth.
A lot lighter too,
yeah,
right?
Lighter, smoother, powerful motors, and that's just stock motors. You can upgrade the motors for the Latrax, which I'm about to do, and we'll shoot a video of that when I do it. But this, yeah, you might spend $80, might be 50%, but it's underpowered. These motors are not adequate. You can't get the lift or the thrust. Maybe it's a prop issue, but I think it's motors. Battery life stinks. You're gonna have to upgrade your motors and your battery to get anything enjoyable.
It is really flexible.
It's flexible, but so what? I mean, yeah, it takes a beating. Maybe it doesn't crack as much as you don't break things as much as you do in an impact with a Latrax, but it's not fun to fly.
I think the main thing is the heaviness of the props, and then when you're flying it, when it goes low, it gets real twitchy. It's real twitchy.
Yeah, it gets real disturbed. It can't recover. It seems like if you're doing some, quick maneuvering and stuff, the copter gets disrupted. Like it can't reorient itself fast enough.
Even on beginner mode, it's not smooth. It doesn't it takes steep turns on beginner mode, right?
Yeah. And I think that this little thing, which you can get on Amazon, is that in the shot? For $25.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It kicks butt. It's a pusher, right?
Pusher.
It's
props are opposite.
Yeah, you can fly it inside or outside. It's got some pretty cool little lighting.
Very cool lighting.
Let me see, is it dead? Yeah.
It's really cool at night.
You can't turn anything off, but it does do tricks. You can get it to do flips. And it's just stable. I mean, it's more stable than that outside. We took them both outside in the same kind of wind, and this thing was far more stable.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Quad. It's really stable.
It's quick.
It's flips.
Stable. It's fun to drive. So yeah, I'm pretty disappointed in that, and there's been a lot of good reviews on that, but I don't know.
Yeah, you are really disappointed on it.
Yeah.
I kind of am too. It's really loud too when you're flying. It makes a lot of noise. It's like a saw.
For me, it's not. It's less on the noise level and just.
Yeah, the noise isn't a big thing.
It's how it flies. It's disappointing. Battery life sucks. You're gonna have to upgrade the battery. You're looking at least $7-8 for an extended battery.
How long would you say the battery life is?
Oh, it feels like 5 minutes.
It does feel like 5 minutes.
You're not getting 8 or 9 minutes out of that. Maybe 5.
Not as much as the Trax is.
Nope. You can get at least 8 to 10 out of the Traxes because you can turn the LEDs off. I can't seem to turn the LEDs off on this.
So what happened when you took it out of the box about the LEDs?
Oh yeah, I had one LED out, but I don't know. I've got to read something about the manual because I have one LED that doesn't come on, but then when I fly it, it comes on, so I can't understand what that is.
Out of the box, one of the LEDs didn't work.
Yeah.
But then it mysteriously started working. Right?
Yeah. Sounds like your Sima.
Yeah, generic Sima.
Suck ass. All right.
Hey, it's good.
All right, that's probably long enough.
We
can edit, right?
Oh yeah, totally. You can keep talking.
I got nothing more to say about that other than I just wouldn't do it. Not for the money.
No, not for the money.
I think there's a shitload more options. You can get the little Blade Nano, probably a far better copter, although it doesn't come with a controller. $20 less.
So that's half the price of the Traxxas, right?
Yeah, but not. It's like a quarter of the Traxxas.
What does the Traxxas come with?
The controller, the batteries, extra blades.
How many batteries?
1 battery.
And this came with no battery.
This came with one stock battery.
Oh, it did?
They all come with one stock battery.
Oh.
And I bought an additional battery, which was way too much, and the battery sucks. But you can get supposedly a battery upgrade from Hobby King or Amazon. And oddly enough, Hobby King on Amazon is $2 less than going to Hobby King. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
So
let's take a look at the flight test.
Anyway, easy mode. How twitchy it is? That's easy mode. Look at that. See what I'm saying about it? Not enough thrust to recover. Whoa, twitchy.
a little squirrely.
Very twitchy. Whoa, whips. It just kind of whips around. We got no wind.
Yeah, it's very still. There's no wind.
And look at that. Like it's drifting on wind. I'm going to switch it to a faster mode, right? Fast mode, so you can do flips. And look at the recovery from the flip. Isn't that terrible?
Yeah, you get it dips like that. You know?
He's doing okay there. I don't know. I think he's just sluggish on the recoup. And I think it has something to do with the.
It's got a really slow acceleration. I mean, Flying Ryan won't say anything negative. I mean, he does, but
not the best Flying Ryan. We like him.
We like Flying Ryan.
Yeah, he's got cool shit.
But we're gonna tell you.
This is our. Ooh, like right there.
It's out there right now.
I lost total orientation. Okay, I got the rear facing me.
It's up there.
That's the front. I'm gonna bring it down hard.
It's real humid today too. I don't know if that matters.
But look, yeah, see how it. Watch. I dropped the accelerator. See how
look at it twitches and
twitchy.
Flutters around.
Very twitchy. Very unstable. I don't like it. I think
Let's take a look at the flight test.
You know, I question like the 6-axis thing, you know? It's almost like they haven't gotten that perfected or something with this one.
I'm doing that.
You disagree?
I don't think it's very good quality overall. I just, compared to the Alias, the Latrax is far better.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, far superior.
How many modes does the Latrax have and how many does this one? This one has like 4, right?
Yeah, and you know what? It's hard to make sense of the modes because with the Latrax you can just press the right stick in and you're going through the modes. With this, it switches it and then you have to switch it up here to fast, and then it gets weird. Like no orientation. See that? If you want to recover, you can turn it off. But the battery's going already and we barely flew it. How many minutes are you on?
3.
3, and the battery's already starting to go. So I'm saying it's like 5 minutes of battery life.
Yeah, the battery life's not great on this.
It's pathetic. Can't even enjoy flying it. For many reasons. 1, it just doesn't fly that great. 2, the battery life just sucks.
Yeah.
It's really, and the LEDs, okay, on the Latrax Alias, you can tell where you're at. Right now, you can't, do you see LEDs?
Not at all.
Not
just
at all.
vaguely on the front.
You don't see them until you do that, right?
Nothing for navigation. Yeah, they're very dim, very dim.
Very dim. You only see them from underneath. You can't see them from the front or the rear. I mean, you can see that rear red light right there. That's about all you get, and it flutters.
That does nothing for navigation, though. You know.
I don't know. I don't think it's that great. I don't care what anybody says. I don't think it's that great. And I sure as hell wouldn't spend $200 just to get the FPV version. And that's not even true FPV. That's just like Wi-Fi camera. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're not going to get real-time information, so you're going to wind up hitting something, crashing your Dominus into something hard. Testing those flexible rubber parts, which I think are too heavy and too saturated. And look,
yeah.
See how the props bend? You see it? Look at the.
I mean, I don't.
See it? Look at that. It can barely recover. I mean, I give it full.
You can see the props bend right now. I certainly can.
Watch if I drop it. Full throttle. Barely recover. When it does recover, twitchy as shit. See? That's full throttle. You can see what it did? It fell. It just sucks. I don't think it's that good. I think the motors are underpowered. Huh?
This has been Novice Review with your hosts, John and Luke. For more exciting episodes, subscribe to Novice Review.